Two films, two cities, two distinct portrayals of loneliness and desire.
Wong Kar-wai's In the Mood for Love draws us into a world of emotional intimacy and suppressed longing, where words left unsaid carry the weight of 1,000 conversations.
Tsai Ming-liang's Ralph Lamore, on the other hand, offers a raw depiction of urban alienation, where physical intimacy becomes a fleeting escape from an overwhelming sense of emptiness.
However, through distinct cinematic styles, both films explore the complex tension between connection and isolation within modern urban settings, inviting us to reflect on the fragile threads that tie us to one another.
This is Frank.
This is Nikhil, and this is
Ralph Lamore explored the theme of loneliness through three strangers who unknowingly live in the same apartment in Taipei. One day, Shao Kahn, a lonely salesman, walks into an apartment trying to commit suicide. Mei Mei, a real estate agent, uses his apartment as a secret space for an affair with Aaron, a street vendor. Little does she know that both Aaron and Shao Kahn stole the apartment key, though their lives overlap within the same confined space. The three characters remain disconnected, highlighting their profound isolation despite physical proximity. Ralph Lamore uses a big deal of long shots that utilize extended, unbroken shots with minimal camera movement. Just like in this clip, the camera standing in front of the crying woman, although without moving, it well captures the subtle performance played by her. But instead of the camera moving with the characters move within the frame of the camera, emphasizing the characters' stagnation and the monotony of their lives, reinforcing the sense of entrapment and emotional paralysis. Apart from his minimalist cinematography, Tsai Ming-liang's Ralph Lamore also employs the concepts of minimalism in his sonic rhetoric. This movie has zero background music. The only sound that we can hear from the background are the bustling of the crowd and the city. The absence of background music makes the main character in the film lose the protagonist's aura and completely become a member of the noisy city crowd, reinforcing the lives of the ordinary people that the film wants to emphasize and portray.
Wong Kar-wai's In the Mood for Love is a masterpiece of restraint, a story of longing that lingers in the spaces between words and glances. In a crowded yet lonely 1960s Hong Kong, Mr. Chow and Mrs. Chan discover their spouse's betrayal and turn to one another for solace. But their connection, though deeply emotional, never crosses the line into physical intimacy. This choice is not just a narrative decision, it's a profound commentary on the constraints of culture, circumstance, and love itself. Wong uses visual rhetoric to underscore the emotional depth of their bond. Notice how mirrors and windows often frame Mr. Chow and Mrs. Chan, symbolizing their internal struggles and the barriers that kept them apart. These reflective surfaces create a sense of duality, two people so close yet separated by invisible walls. Similarly, the use of tight, confining spaces, like staircases and hallways, visually represents the societal norms that restrict the relationship. Silence becomes a language of its own in the Mood for Love. Wong Kar-wai crafts entire conversations out of what is left unsaid, letting the pauses and quiet moments resonate with meaning. Notice how the rain often accompanies their interactions, a subtle auditory motif that mirrors the rhythm of their suppressed emotions. Just as rain falls gently but persistently, so too does their longing, ever present but restrained by the weight of societal expectations. This deliberate use of silence and natural sound creates a meditative atmosphere, drawing the audience into the interior world of the characters. Each hesitant glance, each pause in their dialogue, speaks volumes about the love they feel but cannot fully express. In doing so, Wong masterfully transforms the mundane into the profound, making every fleeting moment a poignant testament to the ache of unfulfilled desire. The recurring slow motion sequences are paired with Nat King Cole's melancholic melody, creating a cyclical rhythm that mirrors the repetitive longing of their relationship. The muted color palette, rich with reds and golds, suggests suppressed passion and desire, while the lack of physical intimacy forces us to focus on the nuances of their connection. A lingering glance, a slight hesitation, a shared meal.
Quizás, 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 quizás.
Val L'Amour is highly similar to In the Mud of Love. Both movies focus on the relationship between people. Both movies use deliberate, slow pace and rely heavily on atmosphere to convey the sense of loneliness to the audience. However, despite being highly similar, there are still some subtle differences between the two movies. Tsai Ming-liang's cinematography is more realistic and down-to-earth. Tsai focused on the description of the busy urban life after the hollowing out of modern people. To solve the inner emptiness of the Wei, carnal desire and fantasy, which is one of the most troubling problems for the young people in Taiwan at that time. The camera, totally disregarding camera stabilization, shaking constantly when moving, gives me a delusion that even I can also be the cameraman for Tsai Ming-liang, which also seems to be a response to this urban hustle and bustle. Whereas in The Mud of Love, the cinematography is way more artistic and it also makes the movie seem more dramatized. The characters in the film are more like magnificent wandering souls in the city, suspected of narcissistic and pretending to be lonely. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Wong Kar-wai's film lacks exigence. Rather, this is just Wong Kar-wai's unique style of storytelling in the movies. Just like in these clips, the characters are well dressed, and the color filter plus the smooth and subtle switch in zooming are something you wouldn't see in Tsai Ming-liang's Val L'Amour. The casting strategies of the two directors also determine the difference in their artistic styles. Tsai Ming-liang likes to work with these actors for a long time, such as lead actor Li Kang-shen, who was discovered by Tsai Ming-liang, followed Tsai Ming-liang to play more than 10 big and small films and television works. He was not even famous before. In contrast, Liang Chao-wai and Maggie Chen are well-known movie stars in China, Taiwan, and Hong Kong. They are ritualized actors and will bring out their own aura between the characters together, and the natural chemical reaction between them in the movie is already a highlight of film. So the loneliness in Wong's movie is a dramatized interpretation of romanticism, including the aesthetic alienation created by the scattered shots.
Now, let's consider how In the Mood for Love and Tsai Ming-liang's Vive l'Amour explore loneliness in urban environments. Both films delve into emotional isolation, but they do so in fundamentally different ways. Wong Kar-wai emphasizes emotional intimacy without physical intimacy. In contrast, Tsai Ming-liang flips the script, representing physical intimacy devoid of emotional connection. In the Mood for Love, emotional intimacy takes center stage. The characters' bond remains unspoken, yet their connection feels palpable, even transcendent. Wong invites us to dwell on what's left unsaid, as if the act of restraint itself is a form of love. Meanwhile, Vive l'Amour offers the opposite. May's heartbreaking sobs in an empty park symbolize a raw, unfiltered isolation that even fleeting physical encounters cannot cure. This stark difference lies at the heart of both films' portrayal of urban loneliness. Both films end on moments of deep isolation, but with different tones. In Wong's film, Mr. Chow whispers his unspoken desires into a tree, a poetic yet restrained farewell to what could have been. In Vive l'Amour, May's tears leave us with a sense of raw desolation. The visual rhetoric in each scene tells us everything. Wong's film suggests that emotional intimacy, even when unfulfilled, can still be meaningful. Tsai's, however, forces us to confront the stark emptiness of disconnected modern lives. Both In the Mood for Love and Vive l'Amour ask us to reflect on what it means to connect in an increasingly isolating world. Whether through Wong's poetic restraint or Tsai's raw minimalism, the message is clear. Loneliness is a universal experience, shaped by our environments and the ways we navigate them. But the question remains, can connection ever truly bridge the gap? Thank you.